What's up everyone? You're welcome once again to dbt channel. Alright, so on today's video I'm going to be talking about dbt snapshots, right? We're continuing our dbt series. I'm talking about dbt snapshots in today's video, right? If you're just joining in, you can check the playlist on dbt in the link above and the link in the description below as well, and as well as other resources to help you in your dbt journey. Alright, so if it's your first time as well, please I'd like you to hit that subscribe button and the like button and also the notification bell so you can be notified once the new video drops in. Alright, so let's kick it going. Alright, so for this stuff, I cloned in this Jaffle Shop repo on dbt. Jaffle Shop is a self-contained dbt project for testing purposes, right? So when you're trying to test your models and stuff like that, right, you can use this Jaffle Shop model to get your stuff done. Alright, so let's go into snapshots just to quickly show us what we have in our Jaffle Shop. Let me just minimize this a bit. Okay, alright. Yeah, so you have all the folders you need, the models, your staging models that contains your raw, your source files, right? On Jaffle project, actually they use the seeds for the raw data sets, right? But then I just had to import the data into BigQuery manually and then connect it to import data to BigQuery. Yeah, I created a data set for it on BigQuery, which is what I have here. Yeah, so yeah, really you can just explore it. Okay, so let's go into dbt snapshots. Okay, so what are dbt snapshots? So dbt snapshots are a solution within dbt that allows you to track changes to your mutable tables, right? Mutable tables, your tables that are changing over time, right? So while some analysts oftentimes will want to look back in time at previous data states in their mutable tables, while some data systems are built in such a way that allows you to access historic data possible, but this is not always the case. But then dbt provides these mechanisms called snapshots, which records changes on a mutable table over time. Say for example, and then dbt snapshot does this, implements this using the type 2 slowly changing dimensions, right? It identifies how a row changes in a table over time. Say for example, there's an option, there's an example here that talks about the orders table, where the status field is overwritten as the order is processed. So an order was made, the status at this time was pending at this particular date on the 1st of January 2019. However, on the 2nd of January 2019, the status changed to shipped. Now, if this database does not allow for us to see changes historically, what will happen is that that record will be updated from pending to shipped. Now, you'll be able to know when this order was actually pending. As an analyst, you want to have that picture, right? That's the thing. This is what dbt snapshots allows you to do. Some systems provide that historical standpoint or viewpoint, but a lot of other systems do not do that, right? This is what dbt snapshot does for you, right? So it's once you implement dbt snapshots on your model or on your mutable table, it creates a table like this, where you have your status pending on updated at 1st of January, and then it is valid from 1st of January and valid to 2nd of January, because on the 2nd of January that record was updated to shipped. So dbt does this thing for you, so that if you want to now look back and say when was this order pending, you can say this order was pending between 1st of January 2019 to 2nd of January 2019. Really interesting stuff, right? Your dbt snapshots lives in your snapshots folder, right? In your snapshots folder. So we're going to just copy this code and then take it to our VS Code and try to implement this by ourselves. Now, there are some configuration needed to implement your dbt snapshots. First of all, you have your target database, you have your target schema, and also your unique key. And then there are two strategies for implementing dbt snapshots. One is the timestamp strategy, and the other strategy is what dbt calls the check strategy, right? The check strategy. So we'll just walk through this quickly, and then we'll go and implement this, right? So on your first run, the snapshot table is now the command you use for this dbt snapshot is called dbt snapshots. Just like we have dbt run, dbt test, dbt build, you also use dbt snapshots to implement dbt snapshots mechanism on your mutable tables. So for example, in this Jaffle Shop project, Orders table is a table that changes over time, so it makes sense for us to implement snapshots on this table since the system does not give us access to historical changes happening in that database. Alright, so these are the configurations you need to do to implement your snapshots, right? So you open your ginger bracket, snapshots, put the name of your snapshot, other snapshots, put in your configuration files, your strategy, your updated art, and then you close your bracket and you select star from your orders table, your source table. Really, basically that's really just what happens, and then you end your snapshot. And once you do this and run dbt snapshot on the first time, it creates these columns. It creates this dbt valid from and dbt valid to, so that once a new change happens to any record, the table is updated, right? Really, that's how it works. Really interesting stuff, right? So it says on first run, dbt will create the initial snapshot table, and this will be the result set from your select statement. And on subsequent runs, dbt will check which records have changed or if any new records have been created, and the dbt valid to column will be updated for any existing record that may have changed, and for records that have been inserted into the snapshot freshly, dbt valid to will be null. Okay, so to create a snapshot in your project, you create a file in your snapshot directory with an SQL extension, and you call this orders.sql. Right, so let's take this now. Okay, so let's go there. So our snapshot directory, so let's call this orders.sql. Let me see something. Okay, yeah, this is what you do. You're opening the snapshot and then you're closing your snapshot. So I'm just going to take this guy here and put it here. So for our database is not analytics. I'll just go to our BigQuery and get our database name. Our database is Curious Scrub, whatever it is, and we put that. Our target schema is snapshots. Now, it's kind of advised that your schema for your snapshots is different from your other business snapshots, right? From my observation, you can just check what works with you. Yeah, so, and then our unique key is ID. So this target schema is going to create a new schema called snapshots, and in that schema I would have a table called orders, right? And then, so I'm saying for strategy to know what's going on, use the timestamp strategy, and the column you would use to know if the end change has been made is the updated at column. And then I'm going to select star from my source, Jaffle shop, orders source, and so I'm going to save this guy now, and I'm going to run dbt snapshots. Let's see what happens. Okay. Snapshots. Okay. Oh my god. Depends on the source. Jaffle shop does orders which does not exist. Which does not exist. Why doesn't it exist? Hold up, let me see. Okay, raw orders. So not orders. I use raw orders. Okay, I save and I run dbt snapshots again. Okay. All right. Okay. Unrecognized name updated at database error in snapshots. Other snapshots. Unrecognized name updated at. All right. So let's see something. Okay, I do not have an updated at, so let me use order dates. But remember, you're not using your date of transaction. It's best to use the date. It's best to use a timestamp that shows your updates, right? Usually updated or modified timestamp. So let's see this. All right, completely run. So let's go to BigQuery. Let's refresh this guy. Okay. Yeah, so we see the snapshots here as a new schema, and we have the other snapshots. So we see, let's open this. So there's this dbt slowly changing dimension ID that is used to track when every record is changed. You have your updated at, which is the timestamp for this other date. You have your dbt valid form, which is when it was last updated, and you notice that dbt valid 2, they are all nulls. Why? Because none of these dates has been updated. So even if date is updated, dbt valid 2 becomes updated, right? Really, this is how this works, right? dbt snapshots helps you to keep track of your table that changes over time, and your database does not record that for you, so that over time you can look back and say, oh, this status was at this point within this particular period in time, right? So you don't lose that history over time. Really cool mechanism in dbt. And like I mentioned, there are two strategies: timestamp strategy and check strategy. For check strategy, you use check columns, a list of columns to check for changes of all or all to check all columns. So you use some columns like name, email, sort of a thing to check if a change has been made to that row, and then dbt updates that sort of a thing. But then it's best to actually use timestamp. But then you can use this check strategy if your data table does not have an updated at field. All right, so I hope you got a thing or two out of this tutorial. You can check out the documentation for more insight on dbt snapshots. All right, thanks guys, bye.